Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm up here in the studio. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a quick demo on the Cab 8. I had a person ask about the Cab 8. They weren't really sure which stove it was, and I haven't done anything with one for quite a long time. So I'm going to move the camera in and do a quick demo on the Cab 8, which is kind of a unique stove. So let's get started. Okay, this is what it looks like when you get it, and comes with what we call a Ranger ring, which is a piece of rubber that goes over the whole thing and seals the area between the cap and the stove to prevent evaporation of the alcohol. Okay, and that lid comes right off, and then there's a thumb screw inside that's been cut down so it doesn't hit on the lid. Got your standard primer wick. Now, before I forget it, I don't recommend putting this stove on. I talked to a gentleman a while back who was having trouble with an Atomic, and after a lot of thought, he was using it in the cellar, and it wouldn't heat as much as he wanted to, and I'm thinking maybe he set it right on a cold cement floor, which will wick the heat right away from any of these alcohol stoves and make them perform rather poorly. So that's something to take into account. If I was going to use it on a cement floor, I'd put a piece of carbon felt or a piece of wood underneath it. Okay, now this is full of carbon felt. And all you do is take the thumb screw out and start putting alcohol in. Now the idea is to get enough alcohol in here so that the carbon felt is completely saturated. But not so much that there's a pool of alcohol, which when you tilted it up could run out of the jets. You want all the alcohol captured by the carbon felt. You don't want any extra that's pooling because it will leak if you do that. Now, how much this holds, I think that varies from stove to stove. But what I would do is, when it just keeps squirting it in, when it won't hold anymore, and I may have to edit this tape because this is going to take a while. This is holding a lot more than I thought. But when you eventually do get so much in it that it starts to pool, I turn it up and pour the excess back into the bottle, which I'll show you here in a minute. This is holding. I can tell this is holding in excess of 2 ounces. Okay, right there it's pooling. It's not taking any more. So what I'm going to do is, and I'd recommend you do this with a funnel, I'm going to pour some excess right out of the jet right back in here. And then put the thumb screw in. Now I've tested this, weighed it, and let it set. And if you put the lid on at this mode and put your rubber ring around it and get it halfway between the lid and just like that right there, that'll go a week, maybe 2 weeks before you really lose any amount of alcohol at all. And you can just take it out of your pack, take the rubber ring off, take the lid off. Now let me get a pot here and some water and we'll continue. Take it out, take your fuel bottle, prime the wick. I can hear Zeke outside the door. Light it. Now this has got to have a 5x23 pot stand or 3 rocks or something. The 5x18 is too small to fit over it, but the 5x23 is fine. And I over-primed this, so it's going to go volcanic on me here. You don't really need all that much alcohol to get this thing started. That's what happens when you over-prime. but that'll burn off here in just a few seconds. Okay, there we go. Put your pot stand on. Put some water in your pot. Yeah, Zeke, I can hear you. I'm right in the middle of a video. You're going to have to wait. Put your pot on, and you're ready to cook. Okay, while that's coming to a boil, I'll go open the door and let in Zeke, and then we'll continue. Okay, there's the flame pattern. You can see it's just out over the edge of the pot. Look, this is a hot stove. And there's the boil. You can see. And I never even put a lid on it, and I boiled it in like 5-6 minutes. So, yeah, this is a good hot one. Okay, we're ready for ramen noodles. Now, when you get done with this, take the pot off, take the windscreen off. I just set the lid on it like that to put it out. And then once it cools, I don't know, once it's cool, I'll just slide the lid back on and snap the rubber ring down. And next time I go to cook, I just take it out and go again. Exact same thing, prime it and go. And you depend on what you're doing. You can cook probably 4 or 5 meals. This was full when I started. It's a 4-ounce bottle. I filled it to the shoulder, and it's down to where my fingernail is right now. So I'm going to say 2.5 ounces of alcohol. So you can get probably 4, maybe 5 cooks out of one fill. Just yank it out of your pack, prime it, and go to cooking. Just that much easier, that much simpler. So there's the basic Cab 8 story. See, it doesn't take too long for this to cool down so you can work with it. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.